talking about the governing New Patriotic Party. It wants to break the 8. But before then, a lot of things have to be done before election 2024. The youth critical in our votes, in our development, in our forward march. All the parties have youth leaders. In South Africa, they call it youth president. In Ghana, the national youth organizer of the New Patriotic Party, the youth commander, is Salam Mustapha. He's my guest on Prime Blank. You're welcome, boss.
Thank you very much, Umaru.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How? My title is Commander General.
Forgive me. Commander General. Salam Mustapha.
Forces.
No, it's serious. But Commander General, that sounds like a militia group. Or?
No. Not a militia. It's not guerrilla group as well.
Are you sure?
This one, pure grassroots, young people, mobilized, energized, poised, all together.
But that sounds like soldiers. Are you post soldiers? Commander General there. Soldiers. Commander General, that's a lot.
Yes, we're full soldiers.
Armed soldiers?
No, not armed soldiers. Armed with brains.
And catapult? Or no
we'll get there.
I hope everything is well though.
Oh, by the grace of God, everything is okay.
How long have you been youth organizer for? 2 years?
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
I think.
How has it been like?
Was in July. Yeah, so July will be 2 years in office.
Okay.
So far, so good. It's been, I've been a deputy national youth organizer before.
Okay. So you have this familiar terrain.
Yeah, quite a familiar terrain. But I think it's been eye-opening for me. The experience has been wonderful, and I really appreciate, the NPP, the youth wing, the youth of the party for putting me there, because it's really giving me a lot of insight. Even though I've been deputy before, all my life in the NPP, really I have been within the youth
okay.
Wing of the party, and leading it is quite relishing. And
I see.
I really am learning a lot.
Is Pablo not stressing you on the other side?
Not at all. I think it's the opposite.
Boot for boot though. Are you sure you can marshal more youth on the streets, not on the streets, to the polling stations to vote for you, as against what he would do? He has been a DCE before, and he's also the guy who is leading the youth front of the NPP. And I'm just trying to do this pound for pound analysis. You're sure that you're fine?
He was the youth leader in the last election when we whipped them.
So you are sure that you can. We
are going to
so it's no match.
Yeah, it's not much.
Let's talk about the things you've been doing. So this weekend during the Easter, you were in the Eastern region.
Yes.
You went to celebrate Easter, and then you went to say some things. And I mean, the Minister for Agri said some things that have been condemned by some persons, such as WANEP, for instance. WANEP, West African Network for Peace Building, asking for him to withdraw.
Bombandes, WANEP, NDC, Bombandes, WANEP.
WANEP is an organization, West African Network.
Yeah, but Bombandes, WANEP, NDC is former Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Do you trust the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ASEP, owned by the finance ministers? Why are you looking at me? Amin Anta's ASEP. Do you call it Amin Anta's ASEP?
Amin Anta is no more there.
Bombande left that place too many years ago.
Well, I mean, it's still. Anyway, first of all, I think let me greet your wonderful listeners, and I'm sure you stream as well, so viewers as well.
Yeah.
Indeed, coal is quite a ritual for us as a party. We have been doing coal for the last decade or so. Every year we go up the mountains to be with our people. If you know the geography well, which I know you do, almost, in fact, all the seats in coal are NPP, dominated seats. There's not a single one of them that is for the NDC. So it tells you that it's a natural habitat of the NPP. And every year, once so many activities go on there, we also take our members and our activities full force to the mountain. And this year being an election year, we decided to double it up. So we did quite a number of activities. We were on some of the campuses interacting with students. We did a health screening which was quite massive. And then we capped it up with a walk. There was also a visit to the Kohuma Hine. We did quite a number of activities, some youth engagements and so on and so forth. So this year being an election year, we just didn't go for one single activity or so, but we decided to pack it up and go and really have some good level of interactions up the mountains. And I must say that it's been fulfilling. All the reviews, feedbacks we've gotten clearly shows that we did quite a good job. Myself, my national organizer, and other, the organizing team of the party up the mountains, quite a solid job we did. If you watch the 2 videos of the works we did, you clearly would know who rules and who is a better organizer.
I'm waiting for you to arrive at the speeches, and then we talk about not handing over to NDC.
Well, I mean, in the course of speeches, why not? I mean, I spoke as the youth leader of the party. The vice president spoke, about his vision, how he wants to, bring progress to Ghana. The Honorable Brian Champon spoke, and he gave a clarification of what he said last year.
Yeah, I remember he said that.
Misunderstood, that he gave quite, a narration to. That if you look at the indices, the economic indicators last year, when we were in real difficulty, inflation running up to about 54%, prices of goods and services all on the rise. Prices of cement had gone up to about 100 cedis or so, or even more. Iron rod, same. Everything had gone up. And there was a certain general feeling that, people would, if elections were held, people out of anger, naturally, would go and vote against the NPP. And the NDC kept touting that. I kept hearing that even at the point last year, John Mahama was already sharing cabinet ministerial positions. And people were jostling at the Mahama residence looking for ministerial positions. As of last year, then that's what he said. Today, inflation is around 23%. And by the time we will hit the elections, we are likely going to be within 15-16% of inflation rate, and further see the decline of prices of goods and services. Based on that, we are extremely confident we are going to win the next election. And Umar, I've said this time without number, we are going to win the election. So the NDC will not understand what happened.
So what he said was that if the NDC wins, you are not going to hand over power to them.
No. He didn't say that when the NDC wins, we will not hand over power to them.
So what
he will not hand power, to anybody. Of course, if you don't win an election, how does somebody hand over power to you? If we win, are we going to say that the power we have won, we don't want it again, so you NDC come and take? No. They are a lazy party. Even common collation of resources, they can collate. So it is not us who will go and sit and do diligent work, win our elections, and come and give it to you. It will not happen.
So are you saying that you are not going to allow them to win? You're going to beat them? Or you are saying that even if they win, you're going to hand over? Because the president himself has said before that he wants to hand over to an NPP person.
Exactly.
Is that to mean that even if NDC wins, you're going to insist that you're going to hand over to yourselves?
That is not the
because that's the interpretation that is out there.
Well, everybody is subject to their interpretation, okay? With our interpretation is that we are going to work hard to win the election.
So, work hard.
And I have said that by hook or crook, we will win the election.
By hook or crook, what does that mean?
It means that we are going to put in hard work, and we have been doing so.
By hook or crook means you're going to use ways and means that you should not use to win elections, to win the elections. Hook and crook don't sound positive.
Your interpretation, like I said,
should I Google hook and crook?
It's still subjective. They are words. How you choose to interpret it.
No, but if I Google hook or crook, it would say that vile means are
there are also context to use of words. Or a lie. Exactly. So I'm saying that when I go out as national youth leader, when I put confidence in my people, I tell them that there is no defeat on our table. There is no lose on our table. So there's only one single option, which is win. So for all of us, all we need to do is to ensure that that happens exactly.
How are you going to convince your people to go out and insist that you are going to win when they are struggling? As we speak, people who finished environmental schools for the past 3 or 4 years have been home. They've not been posted. The people you absorbed under NAPCO, the NAPCO has expired. They have gone home. persons with disabilities at toll booths, you send them home, they have no jobs.
Check with YE and see what YE is doing with them.
YE is doing that, but they've not been absorbed. In fact, we've had
today,
some of them say that they're not
YE,
absorbed.
and I know that work has really gone on. Today,
people are simply looking for ways to jackpot, including your own party people. These same party people, you think that they'll come out and be busy voting for you when things are hard?
We'll win.
How? Why would you win?
But let me tell you, all these things you have mentioned, absolutely correct. I have a lot of young people in the party who reach out to me on a daily basis, looking for opportunities. This is real. I have, young people who feel dispirited. You understand? Real, because they feel their party is in power. But we are working for them. We are working
and they are not seeing anything.
We are working to ensure that we are able to break the 8 and create more opportunities for
them.
They're
not seeing, in the first 8, they're not saying anything. Why would they be hopeful of the
when
next?
I go out and I ask them, do you know any person, anybody in the NPP who has gotten jobs since we came into office? Say yes. I say exactly. All the fingers are not the same. All these 10 fingers are not the same.
So you're doing selective recruitment?
No. Some people will get theirs in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening.
It's 8 years. This day is too long. 8 years is a very long day. This is like midnight time.
In terms of job creation, no government beats the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Dr. Bawumia government.
Are you sure?
Yes. You are a very credible journalist. What you salt. When you go to the Controller and Accountant General's Department, SNATE, verifiable data, you will see that we have created in excess of some 2.1 million jobs.
But that's on paper. We don't see it in practice.
They are there. But if they are not there, how are they contributing to SNATE? How is Controller paying them? These are not ghosts. These are human beings.
But if you've created that much...
Exactly. It's still a drop in the ocean, looking at the kind of population we have, which is largely youthful. That is why I say all the time, it is better to have a government that keeps trying than the situation we saw where Sergeant Lee and his people had thrown up their hands in despair.
Who is Sergeant Lee?
John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, okay. Because
he told us that, look, he's not a magician to create jobs. That is not the kind of leader we are looking for. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is not a magician. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not a magician. But in terms of job creation, we have tried our maximum best to ensure that the young people of this country thrive and find jobs doing. When you go NAPCO like this, when you go to the Civil Service Secretariat and you ask, you will see that a lot of them have been absorbed. In fact, as at the time NAPCO was running out, because it was a 3-year program in 2021, about 30,000 of them had gotten permanent employment. Today, I know GRA has absorbed some of them. I know the local government service has also absorbed some of them. So it is, I don't know the exact numbers, but that is left. But I can tell you that a lot of them have been absorbed.
So you have done well, but not as well as you said you would do in the job creation sector.
We were crushed by serious exogenous factors.
Please don't go to COVID.
But it's real.
Ukraine.
You like it or not, they have affected the entire world economy. Everywhere.
You didn't sack people because of COVID and Ukraine.
Exactly.
You didn't even employ them, so you couldn't have sacked them.
In this country, we paid people even in the dead heat of COVID.
Yes, but that's
we didn't stop paying people.
But I'm saying that you didn't. It's not as if you recruited.
You understand?
It's not as if you had people recruited, and when it got to COVID and Ukraine, you decided to sack them. So you never even created a job for them.
Yes, some countries they were laying off people.
Yeah, but I'm saying that you haven't even recruited them to lay them off.
Some countries run into recession.
Yes, but you haven't.
But this country we're able to hold the fort. It tells you about the level of management. Maybe we may not appreciate it, but indeed, some decent management has gone in. And I think that on any day, like our brethren, the account people will say, "Nia ofro eduapano."
But the one climbing this tree is making us buy petrol for 14 cedis per liter, moving it from 5 cedis. That same person who is climbing this so-called good tree is making us pay for the dollar at 11 to 12 cedis when it was at 3 cedis. How can this tree be a good tree?
It's all a result of what we have gone through, that we are all recovering.
You're blaming everything on that, but the successes you don't blame on that.
No. It's not that we are blaming everything entirely on the exogenous factors that we faced. But truth be told, look, I have world inflation tracker on my phone because I study world inflation trend. I'm sure you are aware that World Bank has reported world inflation has grown over 3%, right? 3% will translate here in our local economy by a number of percentage points. You understand? And Ghana is largely an import-led economy. We go and buy.
Even though you told us that we are going to be producing and not taxing.
First time
your promise to us was that taxation to production.
This one,
and yet you are still saying to us we are importing.
I beat it and say that in terms of industrialization, we have done far better. When you go to the 1D1F Secretariat, new factories that have sprung up are well over 100. It never happened under the NDC.
Credit to Alan Chemantin.
No. It was this government's program that we implemented.
The foresight of Alan Chemantin.
No, it was this government's foresight. It was in our manifesto, and we implemented. Even today, Alan is not more in this party. But when you go to 1D1F, it is operating. You understand? So it is the vision and work of the government.
So on the economy, you think things are good for you?
I'm not saying that it is absolutely good the way
when
we all want it.
When people go to the market and buy foodstuffs, and they come back, they will look at their voter card and say, choice December 27, 2024. Are you not concerned?
I also think that when they go to the market and come, they will say that
you see, a lot of things are going against you. So
I understand. We are in the 8-year bubble.
Yes.
That's
very
issues.
Yes. You also have the incumbency disadvantage. You have it there.
I understand all that. But
and yet you insist that you're going to hand over
John
to yourself.
Mahama is not the option.
Why
it's not?
Why
because
not? When he was there, he put up Ridge Hospital for us. He put up Terminal 3 at the airport. He put up Bank Hospital for us. He put up UGMC for us. He put up whichever the Gais Hospital that you use for treating COVID.
One second.
I've just listed 5 things.
None of them is a John Mahama legacy project.
I've listed 5 things on the fingertip. Which one have you left behind? You said you given 111 hospitals. How many have you built?
As we speak, 25 of them are ready to come on stream.
They are not ready.
They are ready.
No, but we have not.
The
seen
last
them.
time I was with Dr. Insia Sari just this weekend. 25 of them are fitting their equipment.
When will you open them?
I think that in the next month or 2.
So we can't use it to talk.
No, but I'm telling you, we have completed 25 of them. Tepa Hospital was left to rot. It was the NPP that came to finish the Tepa Hospital. Umaru, Legon, Sports Stadium. It was left to rot. It's the NPP that came to complete it.
Because you had the games to do. Which games you struggled to do?
Whatever the case, any serious
2017 that been working towards that,
you would have completed that project there. They left it to rot for 8 years. We came to complete it. Go to Boteman. I'm sure you have seen that facility.
I've seen Boteman. Very beautiful.
So, what is it about Bank Hospital?
It's big.
Yes.
Bank Hospital is big. UGMC is huge.
You understand?
Your VIP COVID patients, you took them to UGMC, including the health minister.
Under this government, we have built an infectious center for Ghana.
It was not you. It was private sector. I'm part of that team. You didn't build that.
Of course, the one Senor encoded.
Yes.
But it was in partnership with government.
No, it was not.
It was.
Government made a donation.
Yes, of course.
The Ghana Armed Forces helped us.
Of course.
But it was private sector.
Where did you get land from?
Yeah. It was private sector that put it up.
The one in the Gais?
Yes, at the Gais Hospital.
So don't say that we have no contribution.
But it's not government. I'm just saying that you can't take credit for that.
When you go there, there's
a list of people who put it up.
Of course,
and their photos.
Of course, Senor Hosi and Co. Senor Hosi is my friend.
Yes.
I saw your involvement in it and all that.
Yes.
But I'm saying that when you are going to, I can also equally mention to you legacy projects that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo.
Yes. So list them for me. So free SHS legacy, that one is big.
No government has tried doing the dualization of this Achimota of Angkor Road. It has taken fortitude of this government to do that.
The one that is very dusty that we are having struggles driving.
We are putting it together.
When will you finish?
I think that sometime end of the year.
But they left for you Pokwase interchange.
They didn't leave anything. Where was the money?
But there was Pokwase interchange.
We went and sourced funding and came and did the Pokwase project. You see, they lie a lot, and that is the problem with the NDC. Do politics. Anything that comes, this one, it is ours. We went to do the motorway expansion project. They said, oh, it is theirs. Everything. And we started. Why didn't you finish it? It's because it is not theirs. These projects have been in the budget of almost every government, but they couldn't do it. We have come and we are completing them. So in terms of performance, work, look, Omaro, I travel across the length and breadth of this country per the dictates of my job. And it's just amazing when you go and you are seeing, projects springing up in every district. And you ask, one year we, NPP 4 and a year, and you get amazed that most of these things we don't trumpet. So when we go round and I hear people come and give account of the government, it gives me confidence. And that is why when I say we are going to win the election, my leg is on the stool.
Yeah, on something. You've said that John Mahama is not the best
He's not the
alternative.
option. He doesn't trend.
How is Dr. Baumia?
He's an overflog horse.
How is Dr. Baumia a better option, considering that the NDC has said that all they need to do in this election year is to buy megaphones and play back his speeches of all the things he has said?
Let me also tell them, I have a lot on John Dramani Mahama. I've gone to the internet, all the things he has said. I'm a dead goat, and I'm not a magician to provide jobs. In fact, I've even downloaded some of his videos. We are going to play them.
You play them for him?
Yeah. You see, when they started mounting billboards and we gave them just one, you see how they ran away? That's how they are going to run with their hands and tails in between their legs.
They don't have tails. They are not elephants. It's you people who have tails.
A group of monkeys is called a congress. Yes.
Okay. I'm yet to learn that one.
A group of baboons is called a congress.
I'm yet to learn that particular. But just before we go, he was removed, John Mahama, for a number of reasons, including Doomsaw. For the past 1 month or two, we've been sleeping in darkness. You are my neighbor, so you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure when they put my power off, because you have a plant, you may not know. But when you look from your story building, I'm sure you will see that the rest of us down there, we are all in darkness.
I don't have a plant.
Is that not going to be a big problem for you?
Yeah. I mean, this affects every Ghanaian, whether you're NPP, NDC, DWYZ, whatever it is. It affects everybody. But at least from where I sit, I know that a lot of work is going into to resolve the matter, because we understand that it has political ramifications and we cannot take it into the elections. So even not just elections, it's quite discomforting. I sleep in darkness when the light goes off.
Are you sure?
Of course.
Okay.
I don't have a plant in my house.
I
don't. You can come to the house and check.
No, the security will not allow me to.
No. You can come in. You understand?
Okay.
But look, I don't know if you listen to John Dramani lately, you listen to, there's no energy in him. He doesn't trend. Me in this country, I trend more than John Dramani Mahama.
Really?
You understand? It tells you that indeed he's not the option. Ghanaians want a thinker. Ghanaians want a problem solver. Ghanaians want a generational thinker. And that is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Look, we want a leader who represents this generation, the digitalized generation, a generation of artificial intelligence, a leader who thinks within that generation and is able to craft solutions that address the particular challenges of young people and the barriers of
my attention has been drawn to a publication by the Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA. And the IEA is saying that the current energy sector stability is due to the past investments, and these past investments were done by John Mahama. So he's actually the reason that we have not collapsed completely.
No. This can be quite misleading. Look, indeed, we have installed capacity. When it comes to installed capacity, we have.
Which John Mahama left for you.
And at the point we challenged the continuous signing of IPPs. We challenged them.
And now you are regretting that challenge.
No. We still have installed capacity.
But you don't have money.
You understand? Like I said, I'm not a technical person there. And
it's simple. You don't have money to. So there's installed capacity, but you can't switch it on.
The technical, but I know that there are places that I'm sure you saw how some people went to untighten bowls from pylons and they're falling and all that.
That is not the reason that
I'm saying that you have seen those.
Yes.
There are places that the transformers too are being changed and all that.
Yes.
But of course, there are genuine challenges. Yeah. And me, I don't run away from it. And I always sympathize and empathize with the Ghanaian people. Because like I said, when the light goes off, it affects me too as well. And that's why together, everybody who is involved understands the issue, the ramifications, and that's why we'll solve them before.
Please solve them, or if you don't solve them by December 7th,
I think that it is not even just for the purposes of election alone, but the purposes of even nationhood, nation building. We need sustainable and reliable power.
Very well.
So for us to get to where we want to get to, it is in the interest of the government to ensure that there's stable power for the people.
Youth Commander General.
When you call me youth president, when I was coming, I heard you, my car. Said, yes.
You like it?
I like
it was nice.
I like it.
Hey, but you're youth president.
Yes.
Yeah. Appoint me as an executive in your
That's right. I still remain the Commander General of the NPP.
Commander General of the
I am
NPP.
leading the pack to retire Sergeant Lee.
I want to mention the other name that John Mahama has also been mentioning.
He mentioned?
Yeah.
That is our own.
So yours is Sergeant Lee. His own cry is what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Jack Toronto.
He served his time, and
he said Jack Toronto Nini Akitwan.
And so Sergeant Lee will retire him, and the youth wing of the NPP is going to do just that.
Very well.
By the grace of God, we are going to win the elections. The Pharisee that we saw, we shall not see again.
Abdul Salam Mustapha. Oh, there's no Abdul in your name.
There's Abdul.
Abdul Salam.
Every Salam is Abdul.
Okay, Abdul Salam Mustapha, Youth Organiser, NPP. Thank you so much for joining us.
We
couldn't even talk about Ejisu, but we'll talk about that next time. Thank you so much.
We'll talk about it.
Sure.